Put a 1 in the chat. If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Before we start it out. Oh yeah. Before we start it out, before we start discussing the live, ladies and gentlemen, before we start discussing the live, the subject matter of the live, I want to be perfectly clear. I want to be perfectly clear. If I did not give you explicit permission by way of a license agreement, you have no right to use my footage. It's not covered under fair use. As a matter of fact, it's how I generate revenue from my content. Especially if you're saying you don't fuck with me, don't fuck with my stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't do the copyright fighting. I let someone else do the copyright fighting for me. If I don't give you permission to use my stuff and you making money off of my stuff and you don't feel the need to pay me, you have to pay someone eventually. You have to pay someone eventually. And if you have the knowledge and wherewithal to research and find out who owns the footage, because you would know it, because if my footage is out there, it has my credit or it has a company watermark on it, and that company licenses it from me. I'm tired of the pilferage that is happening, because I need to be buying me a new pair of glasses. But I ain't going to say too much. I'm going to say this. I'm just a little disappointed. You don't break bread with me, then you stealing my bread. I got a problem with that. I got a problem with that. It's an insult to me. It's an insult to me that you act like you don't know, but you know. You know. You know. You know. Okay, guys. I'm sorry. I had to get that off my chest. I had to get off my chest. I had to get that off my chest. You don't spend no bread with me, and you stealing my content. Can't fly that way. Can't fly that way. And if you eat off of my content, that's a bigger problem. Tell your story. Tell it without my content. Tell your story. You have the right to do that. Tell your story. Actually, it's my story, by the way. A story I covered. But it's interesting. It's interesting. I'm doing a seminar, by the way, and I'm going to discuss some techniques on how to scoop people. For real. I'm going to do it. I'm doing a story. A seminar, and teach people how to do this. And I also paid a tip fee. I pay tip fees, by the way. I pay a tip. You give me a tip, and it turns out to be something substantial, and I make money off it. You eat off it. You eat off it. I just want to put that out there. If it's a story that is newsworthy, and you tip me to it, and I pull up and make money off it, you eat off that. That's what I do. I don't steal from my people. I make sure my people eat. I want to just say that. I'm gonna put that out there. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm not saying too much. Not right now, because someone else got to say it for me. Because I can't really talk about this right now. Everyone's smart on the internet, but I see how people are in real life. So I don't really say too much. Everyone's smart on the internet. A lot of us are very intellectual on the internet. Very intellectual on the internet. But we'll talk about that later. Anyway, here we go, guys. That's it. We good. I say no more. I say no more. Just tag me, ladies and gentlemen. Tag me, and what I said, I pay for tips. This one happened to be something I didn't have to pay for. Not do a story. Just give me, pick up the phone. Give me a call. Give me a call. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, those who don't know, today was a very interesting day in the life of Tyrese Gibson and Samantha Lee Gibson. And today was a day that um, I wish didn't happen, but it happened, and it was an opportunity. I had to say opportunity for Judge Karen Farmer to get some get back. Get some get back. And when I say that Tyrese Gibson has made claims about Judge Farmer, i.e., calling him a racist and saying a bunch of other things, and as well as there was some allegations that something was said inappropriate to his attorneys in the judge's chambers. I wasn't in the chambers, so I don't know what is factual or not. But uh, I didn't hear the judge come out to refute that. So I don't know what that's all about. But today I was in court this morning, early morning, when the hearing started, which started about 9:35, 9:45 this morning. About 9:35, because it's supposed to have started at 9 o'clock, but it didn't start until about 9:45. Because the lawyers were talking, and more importantly, it was like going on. This was a motion by Samantha Lee Gibson's attorney, Mr. Gleckham, who wanted Tyrese to be held in contempt, in willful contempt of not paying the full amount of child support. I didn't say he didn't pay any child support. He didn't pay the full amount. There was an order for him to pay last year in the amount of $10,690, of which he has paid. Okay, Young Dog is being moved right now. Stand by. I'm outside the courthouse. They're moving Young Dog. I see Clark County Sheriff, Fulton County Sheriff. They're transporting Young Dog right now. You see what happens around this time, so on and so forth. Again, uh, he's made payments of $3,500 every month since the order was issued. However, he didn't make the full amount. While there's an open appeal in the Georgia appellate court, he has there has yet to be a ruling to see whether or not the order is lawful. So in it's interesting. I thought an appeal would stall everything. However, that's not the case. Um, there was supposed to have also been some money put in escrow, which was represented back a couple of months ago by his attorney, and apparently that didn't happen. So there was arguments on both sides why he should or should not be held in both contempt. And there was a lot of stuff that came out. I'm not going to go through all the things that was covered in his financials, because it's really not everyone's business as far as how much he really makes and so forth. Let's just say he represented to the court that because there was a SAG and writer strike, he took a hit as well as a lot of other. And we know this to be true. We know a lot of other actors in Hollywood and across the unionized community. They took hits. Now, there was some evidence that was presented by way of Samantha Lee's attorney that suggested that he might have an ability or have the resources to pay. So Tyrese testified that he sold his Porsche and he sold one of his watches. Samantha lawyer comes back and says to the court that he has 5 other cars, a Maybach. He has some nice cars, and he's let's just say he's in a very sizable debt tax. He has a very sizable tax debt, very sizable, in excess of $1 million. So this is what he's saying. He has a sizable tax debt. Then it was when they looked at his DERFA or his financial disclosure form, there was a item in that DERFA that showed that he had a property in Los Angeles, and he was paying $11,000 a month. He tells the court this is a rental property for his daughter, his oldest daughter. This is a rental property for his oldest daughter of $11,000. So he's paying $11,000 for the rental property. He's paying the child support, which is like $10,000. That's almost $27,000 a month just for the child in California. And the judge ordered him to pay $10,690 in Georgia. So he's only been paying $3,500. He told the court that in his testimony, he said that he didn't believe that the judge's order was fair. Under examination by Samantha's attorney, Tyrese was asked, did he understand the judge's order? Tyrese really wasn't right. He was kind of non-responsive to a lot of the questions. And then there was some interesting, aggressive exchange between the lawyer and Tyrese. Tyrese essentially told the lawyer that he's looking for a pipe, a goal that does not exist. Then no one's reported this. No one reported this. No one's going to report this. Tyrese's attorney puts Samantha's lawyer on the stand. Tyrese's attorney puts Samantha's lawyer on the witness stand and questioned him about his invoices. Oh my God. He questioned him about the invoices. So Tanya, I always call Tanya Mitchell Graham pitbull and skirt. I mean, that's a phrase that Eve got back in the day. But when you see Tanya Mitchell Graham in the courtroom, she has a very commanding presence, and she's a matter of fact. Now, in addition to having a law degree, I think she has a degree in engineering or finance. But she knew where to go when it went to that invoice. So she goes down the line items. She started questioning the hours billed. She asked her, how much are you charging? How much do you charge an hour? He said he charges $575 an hour. But for this case, he's only charging $500 an hour. Then she asked, what is your paralegal making for this case? And it was like $275, $250. So here where it got tricky. So the same hours that he was billing his client for a certain task, the paralegal was a part of that task. And there was some research done, but it did appear to be kind of excessive. I think it was about 15 hours that was being examined. So it was an interesting exchange watching this lawyer. Today, I seen 2 lawyers be on the witness stand. In the YSL trial, Derek Wright was on the stand. This is a Princeton graduate. Derek Wright, people don't understand, Derek's been doing this for 30 years. I don't get too much off the course. Yeah, but Derek Wright, who's on the stand, the YSL, who represents Montauk, is a Princeton graduate. He was on the witness stand. I've been covering this guy for many years. I've never seen him on the witness stand. The defense put on a Princeton graduate that is a master at cross-examination, examination of witnesses, but they're learning today. Anyway, Mr. Gleichland got on the stand, and you can see the disdain that Mr. Gleichland has for Tyrese and what Tyrese has for Mr. Gleichland. But I tell people, these lawyers, their job is just to fight vigorously and diligently for their client. And this was an example of how hard Gleichland was pretty much justifying his pay. He wanted to get paid. And let me say this. There's over $500,000 that Gleichland is waiting to collect because the case is in appeal. So what we're talking about right now is a portion of the monies that Samantha hopes to get if the appeal is denied. There's a big windfall coming down the pipeline for the attorney who's getting the bulk of the money is Samantha. So there are two attorneys or three attorneys that Samantha had. She went through a series of attorneys. So Gleichland says that he's on the hook, or Tyrese is on the hook over $500,000 owed to the law firm. So people were asking, how the hell he owes this kind of money? It's crazy. So right now, today was only for a portion, the money that is not being questioned outside of the appeal. So what's happening is they're trying to get every penny they can get for Tyrese until that appeals court comes down. So Gleichland says, so Tanya asks him, I'm just gonna call her Tanya, that's Tyrese's attorney. So how much are you getting paid from Samantha? Well, Samantha is paying us $1,000 a month. She's paying her attorney $1,000 a month. I'm like, damn. It was testimony came out that she makes $177,000 a year as a social worker, plus what Tyrese is giving her. Now remember this. She's making $170,000 a year as a social worker, 174, 175, something like that, plus the money Tyrese is giving her. I want you guys to do a calculation real quick. Calculate 10,690 times 12, which is about 130,000. Somebody put the number up. Do a calculation. Get your calculator out. $10,690,000 is what she is adjudged in this child support for one child. Soraya, think about that for a second. Can you guys survive? Can your entire family survive with $10,690,000 a month? $10,690. So that's a lot of money. $10,690. That's a lot of money for a baby. For a baby, talk about having born with a silver spoon. Well, that's not. I don't know. He had a prenup as well. So it's kind of crazy. He had a prenup. They figured a way, and I know the person who did the prenup. Shout out to Ivory Brown, who was Usher's attorney. From what I'm told, she did the prenup. This is Usher's attorney who did the prenup for Tyrese. So he came in with the big dogs. In the very beginning, he said, no, I'm going to marry you, but we're going to do this prenup. She's 32 years old. So when they got married, she was probably 20-something years old. How they were able to get around this prenup is beyond me, but they were able to. And there's been a series of allegations by Tyrese against the judge, and for whatever reason, that prenup wasn't honored. Moving forward. So Gleichland gets off the stand, and then they do their closing arguments. Tyrese attorneys, Tanya did her closing argument. She pointed out that, the financial hardship that Tyrese is in. And she also said something, ladies and gentlemen, that she kind of tipped the scale, and I don't think they like that. If there's a significant decline in someone's income, they can petition the court to get a reduction in this child support based on their circumstances. So she suggested that. They haven't filed that yet, but she put that out there. And at that point, I was watching Samantha in the monitor because, you know, in these courts down here, they have cameras in front of each of the parties, and in the court they have a big screen, and you can see about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 to 9 frames. So the court can see, the judge can see everything's going on all over the courtroom, which is cool. So, you know, keep everyone honest. So when Tanya pretty much was telling the court during the closing, I looked at Samantha, and she looked at her attorney. And I don't know what she was thinking, but I'm thinking like, damn, they're trying to cut that $10,690 in half. Because if he's able to successfully get another judge to grant that, and here's the catcher, this Judge Kevin Farmer, won't be in the family court division as of December. The end of the year, he's out of here. So they may come back. There'll be another judge that get into that division. He's out of here. He doesn't do family court anymore. They go on a will, and his will is, I think they have like 3 years. I think it's 3 years that they sit in these different divisions of the court circuit. He goes to another division. He may come back to criminal court, but in any event, they put that out there. He's fighting to get that $10,690 reduced. So she does a closing argument. Everything, you know, she said what she had to say. Then, oh boy, oh my goodness. Then Glecklin comes up and does his closing argument. And when I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, Glecklin did not pull back the punches. He didn't pull back the punches. He's ready to go in. He's like, whoa. Oh, this is my time now. So now he goes straight to the law. He hits him right with the law and the judge's order. And he cites, and I have the citations, but we're not going to go through citations now. He cites the law, and then he goes and refers back to the judge's order. And he pretty much says to the judge, hey, you know, let this guy punk you out. He's violated 3 of your orders. He basically gave the judge no other alternative. Got all these people in the courtroom looking at him like, this guy's ignoring you. Judge, what are you going to do? We've been here before. And quite frankly, Your Honor, you're about to leave, and we don't want to pass this on to another judge. So you hit him with the sympathy. We don't want this case to get passed on to another judge. We don't want it to be done. I'm tired of coming here, Your Honor. This is what he's saying. I'm tired of coming here. I really don't want to be here. And it needs to stop right now. We need this to end right now. We need this to stop. And then he says, he looks over at Samantha. Glecklin looks at Samantha, and he says, you know, Samantha, his ex-wife, doesn't want him to be incarcerated. He asked her what she wants. She said, I don't want him to be incarcerated. I call that cap, by the way. Because if she didn't want him to be incarcerated, you want to be filing that motion. And the only alternative the only results that can happen with a motion a filing of a willful contempt is he goes to jail. So when you said that, I said this guy pointing on thick. He's trying to take the blame off of her, but he speaks for her. He's her attorney. If Samantha did not want Tyrese to go to jail, they could have negotiated something behind closed doors. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't agree with me. If you don't want the man to go to jail, then you tell your lawyer, you work for me, you got $500,000 out there, and we can't have this guy in jail. He needs to be out there making movies and making money. But when he said that, I said, okay, here come the BS now. Glecklin, I know you're watching this. I didn't buy it. I'm sure a lot of people didn't buy it either. But I get it. You had to provide some cover for your client. I get that. I understand. But I know what the play is. Don't put it on her. Put it on the judge. And you just said to the judge, this guy's playing with you. He's playing in your face. So the judge, let me tell you, the judge. So Glecklin finished. He had like maybe 22 minutes left because the judge gave each of them an hour to do their opening, closing, and their presentation. And he had about 22 minutes from my calculation left to conclude his closing. He didn't use all that time. I mean, he could have windmilled him at that point. He was rolling. I ain't gonna lie. Glecklin was rolling. He was windmilling him. hit him with uppercuts. I saw a few roundhouses. I saw some elbows, and it was so bad, ladies and gentlemen. Tyrese, you can hear the audible responses from Tyrese from the defense from the defense table, and the judge didn't say nothing. The judge was holding back. It was loud enough that the sheriff deputy walked over. She was in the back of the court. She walks over to the front and just stands there and watches Tyrese. Just looks at him. Don't say nothing. But here's the kicker. They had another sheriff in the court hiding in the. It's the door. It's before you come into the court. It's like a little foyer there, where you come in before you go in. Actually, in the courtroom, there's an area there. It was a sheriff hiding in the cut. So I walked out, act like I'm going to use my phone, and I saw the sheriff hiding in the cut. I'm like, what you doing here? What you doing here? Then they had an undercover cop in the courtroom. So then they had an undercover cop. Then I had a sheriff hiding in the courtroom, but the only one they had in the courtroom visible for everyone else was the woman sheriff. But she had backup. So when the judge gave his ruling, what he did was he went over the numbers. He looks at the lawyer. And I'm like, okay, the judge is talking nice and everything. This may not go away the way people think it is, because initially what was proposed by Samantha's attorney was that he paid his money within 48 hours or hold him in contempt. So here's the strange thing. The lawyer, Samantha's lawyer, said, give him 48 hours to bring the bread to the court, bring the money to the court. Give him 48 hours. Give him 48 hours to bring the $73,000 to the court. Give him that much time. We give him 48 hours, tender that money to the court, and if not, if he doesn't turn to the court, we want a hearing and we want him present for a status hearing to see if it was done. Well, the judge just said, no. Now, we're not giving him 48 hours. Now, I'm paraphrasing. Now, the judge said he showed he wasn't giving 48 hours. He said, okay, I found Mr. Gibson, I find you in willful violation of not paying the $71,000 plus the interest, which totaled $73,000. So it was $1,623 in interest, and it was the $71,000. So it was total $73,000. So what the judge said, he looks at the lawyer and says, well, I'm not giving you $11,000 that you asked for lawyer legal fees. I'm giving you $7,500. So you're still gonna take a hit. I'm like, okay, he's gonna take a hit. It sounds nice, but who's about to really take the hit is Tyrese. Tyrese is the one that's about to take the hit. And the next words that came out of his mouth is, and I'm holding you in contempt. I'm finding you in willful contempt, and we're gonna hold you until you are able to purge yourself of the money you owe, and you're gonna be taken into custody. Basically, took him into custody. So let me tell you how that went down. At this point, I'm about my seat. Anyone knows how I work. I get enough information. I can write my story. I'm ready. By the way, go to TMZ.com. It's exclusive on TMZ, by the way. But I'm already right. I'm taking notes. I didn't direct the camera, so the footage that you see that someone happened to put on their platform is footage I shot of another hearing. So I'm taking notes. I'm making sure I'm taking notes, looking at everyone's demeanor, and just doing what I do. So once he said, take him into custody, the sheriff inside is hitting it around the corner. She walks in. Then the other sheriff walks over towards Tyrese. They start moving slow. They start moving like prey, like he was prey. They were all closing in on him. I go in the hallway. I see the brass coming down. And I see I'm like, wait a minute, because Tyrese came with security too now. He has some big guys. One of the lawyers is a big dude too. So I'm like, okay, this is about to get interesting. So Tyrese, he's cool. He's not wilding out, throwing off haymakers and nothing. He ain't ready to fight people. I thought he was gonna run over. I'm like, okay, this thing's about to pop off. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching, and I'm watching the lawyers. I'm watching Samantha. She gets up. She walks out to the courtroom with Glecklin. He gets the hell up out of there. He gets out the courtroom. He ain't standing around catching no wild strays, because he done said what he said. He walks out. I'm seeing, Glecklin, you changed. I didn't never see the man change colors like that. You got out the courtroom. You went from, anyway, we'll talk about that later. He came out. The other attorney Ed Lightem, Attorney Bloom. I've covered him over the years. He was also the guard Ed Lightem in the Usher Raymond case. So they both come out the hallway, dap each other up, and then Samantha there. And Samantha's with another, the paralegal for the law firm. So now they're in the hallway, and the first thing I asked, I said, Mr. Clegg, you want to do an interview? You want to talk about what just happened? Well, now and then Samantha, she looks at me, and she's, I'm like, she walks past me, and I'm like, okay, well, I said, there's a bunch of cameras outside too. Then she looks around, look at me. It wasn't a bunch. I was just kidding. It wasn't a bunch of cameras outside. At that point, I'm like, wait a minute. You're not just gonna get your ex-husband put in jail and put him in jail and just gonna walk out like, oh, you won. You really didn't win. No one wins when the man who's providing goes to jail. They don't win. Don't win if the man got to go to jail. If he's working, and Tyrese is definitely, like, listen, I've covered Tyrese for a long time, and he does a lot for his children, a lot. And I just think that the people that are really winning in this case is lawyers. Okay, so I just want to put that out there. So as I'm in the court, I'm getting the text, and I'm learning that the money miraculously is available. So he doesn't have to go to Wright Street, because for those who don't know, Wright Street is the detention jail in Fulton County. He doesn't have to go to Wright Street. That money's, whoever you call, I don't know if you call Luda, I don't know if you call Will Smith, I don't know who he called, but that money popped. I don't know where that money came from. I don't know if Tanya framed him. I don't know what happened. I don't know if American Express raised the credit limit or whatever. That money came available. So they, taking off the watch and taking off, you got to take all that stuff. You can't, you're taking shoestrings and we're taking all that. You ain't going back there and trying to do no Harry Carey. So he's getting processed out. He should be out. He should be out. He should be out right now. I'm actually waiting for him. I don't see him, but he should be out right now. So that's pretty much the short version. That's the short version. Tyrese had a hell of a day. I know a lot of you saying, well, he should have went and just paid it. Man, he should fight. Listen, that man had a right to fight. They brought him in this. It was their motion, and he had the right to fight. Let me tell you something. And here's the thing that really threw me through a loop. And I'm going to bring more details out. The judge, I'm going to show you Tyrese did. I'm going to see Tyrese, man, you got to be careful, man. So what Tyrese did, when he got off we took a break before the case was over, before Tyrese even got adjudged to what happened. Tyrese was sitting in the witness stand, and we took a break. He came back. He sat in the jury box until the judge got back on the bench. So he took his phone out, taking pictures. And guess who he was taking pictures of? You guys think who he was taking pictures of. Think about who was in front of him who he was taking pictures of. So the dep walks over to Tyrese and said, give me your phone. So she's on his phone. I'm going to show you who the dep was because I'm going to show you why it's significant. She's looking through his phone. Tell him to go the other direction. Going up. Delete that. Delete that. Delete that. So Tyrese is doing paparazzi. Yo, Tyrese, listen. That's my job. You calm down. So he's taking pictures. Hell no. They went back and told the judge. Now this is a contempt hearing, and he's taking pictures, and he know he ain't supposed to be taking no damn pictures. He didn't follow Rule 22. He's a part of the case. So judge comes back out. You can see he's upset already. He's upset already. The judge is upset right now. I'm like, dude, I'm saying this to myself, dude, these niggas trying to put you in jail. They're trying to put you in jail. So I'm like, I said, okay. He tells all the lawyers, and any lawyer that cover Fulton County know that the lawyers can keep their phones. He made the lawyers turn their phones off. He made everyone turn their phone off except one person, and that was the undercover cop. He said there's an officer in the courtroom. He doesn't have to turn his phone off. Breaker 19. We need backup. I don't know what the play was, but I was ready. I thought I had to go into my bag. I I didn't know if I was going to be having to do what I do, but it didn't happen like that. So he tells everyone this. He says, I see anything on social media. He's talking about Tyrese, and I hear the lawyer tell his assistant, go check Tyrese's page, see if he posted anything on Instagram. I'm like, oh, damn. So Tyrese was trying to get his free shots. Tyrese stalking her in the court. No, I'm gonna leave that alone, though. I ain't gonna say that. But he was taking pictures. So they took it. So Deb took his phone. She walked with his phone and put it on the podium and put a sheet over it, just covering it up. So I'm like, okay, how's this thing gonna play out? He asked her, "Can I get my phone, dude? You can't get your phone. You're not getting your phone back." So I don't know if he got his phone back because it went from. I don't think he got his phone back. It went from taking his phone to him getting back on the witness stand, getting off, and the case going on. So he might, you might have got it now, but at the time when he took him in, he no need for it, unless he gave it to the lawyer. But in any event, that was the first thing that probably pissed the judge off. So you're taking pictures of the ex-wife and the lawyers without permission. Like, what the hell are you thinking about? Like, for real, what are you thinking about? Why are you taking pictures? So the judge got get back. He got get back towards the end. And when let me tell you something. You got to think about how this judge felt by saying that to Tyrese after being called a racist and a bunch of other stuff. This was the judge's time for get back. When he said it, he jumped. He stood up. It was like he was like a soldier. He stood up, made a hard left and a right, and then walked back in the back room. I'm like, oh shoot, the judge didn't even say bye. In any event, ladies and gentlemen, that's how this ended. It didn't end with the way. I guess Tyrese knew that it was going down, and we knew kind of. I tell you when I knew that he was going to jail, when they told the lawyers to turn their phone off. Why would you tell officers of the court to turn the phone off? They weren't taking pictures. It's because he didn't want none of that on the record. He didn't want none of that on the record. And Tyrese said something on the witness stand, and the judge had to jump in. He said, well, because my Rule 20, I didn't put a Rule 22 in for this hearing. I was just alerted about what was going down. So the judge said, no one put a Rule 22 in. No one put one in. So he was covering himself. He said, I didn't intentionally. But I'm going to tell you, Judge, there might be a problem with that statement. Because my Rule 22 was a continuation, but they said, no, it wasn't a continuation. It's a new. And I said, okay, I'm not going to fight you. Everything good. But Tyrese, my cameras are always up in his hearings. So he saw me there. He was probably wondering, why this guy's not recording? Like, record, dude. I'm about to go to jail. I'm sorry, man. I did a little drawing, but I didn't take that shot, And I was, I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's what happened today. Let me see. I'm gonna read the comments. Hold on. Let's see here. Let's see here. Thank you for those who hit the super chat. Let's see here. Oh, the filing was already ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, that filing that was done today was ready to go. They were already ready to file that. That was immediate. And guys, I'm in my car. Sorry about the sound. I'm in my car. Hopefully, you guys can hear what I was saying. I'm actually in the car. Yeah, they rotate and rotate the judges. Let's see. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Be more. Wait, hold on. What were you trying trying to wait? Hold on. What were you trying to say? Hold on. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Hold on. Oh my goodness. You mean tell me I gotta do this again? Okay, hold on. Man, why no one told me? Guys, I'll do a recap. I'm gonna do a recap with some more visuals later. Uh, I'm so sorry. You know, I'm in the car. You know, we might have to mic up. You know what? Hold on a second here. Hold on. Hold on 1 second here. Hold on, guys. I'll be switching cars. I don't know if I have my mic in here. I thought I had a mic in here. Oh my goodness. Got my tie. Hold on. Hold on. Crap. Man, I've been looking for that. Hold on, guys. Oh, shoot. Got everything but the freaking mic. I'm so sorry about that. Hold on. Oh, God. Nobody told me anything. We was cooking. Yo, I'm sorry, man. Hold on. Let me do like this. Is the sound better? Oh my God. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm sorry. You that car boot. um. Oh my God. Uh. Oh my goodness, you guys! I swear, I tell you, I'm so sorry. Listen. I'm getting my car refitted. I'm getting mics all over the place. Don't worry. When I come out here, I got to do that. I'm so sorry. Oh man, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you. We're gonna do better. Um, man, I feel bad now. Man, I thought I was cooking. I thought I was cooking with my story. Did you guys get the essence of what I was saying? Were you able to hear a majority of it? Please let me know. I feel so bad. Oh. See, the problem is I'm trying to give it to you guys. I'm trying to get okay. He bugging the whip. He bugging the whip at it. Right. Listen, bugging cameras, all that. I ain't playing. I ain't playing. Listen, I'm putting it all. Listen, I'm doing that. Man, you know the problem I have with these iPhones. I fought to not upgrade to the 15. I got the 14 Max on this one. I just didn't want to upgrade. I'm like, why keep upgrading every year? It makes no sense for me. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how Tyrese was in court. Man, he was giving the lawyer, Mr. Gleckin, the business. He was saying this. He was telling Gleckin, "I know you wringing your hands looking for the money," and it was a song he did for his mother, a tribute to his mother. You guys probably know about the song. He was saying Gleckin was going after something he did for his mother. It was awful. And I kept on looking at Samantha. I didn't see her. Only time I saw her be really emotional was when he kind of called her out. When Tyrese called her out, she started getting a little more animated, and it was like, okay, this guy, you're about to put this guy in jail. Like, I still don't understand what happened between those two. Faith, Faith. I was into it, Faith. It was just, oh my goodness, I was really into it because nothing like being there, covering it from inside the courtroom. It's nothing like being there, watching this play out. But you guys wanted the video, and I get that. But I have unreleased footage of Tyrese. I'm going to share that. I'm going to share that. And if you ain't rocking with me, don't put my footage on your platform. If you ain't rocking with me, don't put my footage on your platform. I'll be honest with you. Like I take offense to that because I don't listen. I don't need your content at all. Right, it's on TMZ. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's the feature story on TMZ. It's a feature story on TMZ. Yes, and that's not the first. That's not the first one I broke in this month or the other one. Anyone knows the other one I have on TMZ already? And I have another one coming up on another platform. But it's all good. I'm not just on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not just on YouTube, and I'm working on something else. We had a virus hit my site, and my developers are fixing that. So we're gonna be, yeah, you guys are gonna see some cool stuff. Yes, I actually I photographed attorney Wright on the witness. Sledge was on the stand too, but Wright was on there too. So I was toggling between YSL and Tyrese and this other one, and you know, I just want to leave it there. I don't like to say too much until I'm there. I bet folks didn't know I was pulling up on that Jennifer Williams story. They didn't know I was pulling up. They said, "How the hell this guy knows?" You guys got to remember, I've been covering court cases for well over 20 plus years. You got to realize that. And I know a lot of you out here, you're trying to get in the courts, you're running around doing, it's a beautiful thing to see something that I was doing many years ago as an independent journalist, others are doing it. But what you got to do is get out and get your own content. Don't run no else content on your platform. Because I may not say nothing today, I may not say nothing next month, I may not say nothing for 3 months. But if I send you, if I put you on notice, I put you on notice. And if you're making money with the content, I'm probably going to come after you. I'm actually got a situation in New York right now. Just what it is. I don't want to hear fair use. I want to hear you getting out there and you going to get your content. That's it. Now, if it's a pool footage, it's pool footage. It's fair game. But if I'm using it, and this is how I pay my bills, and this is what I pay for the equipment, and I come out and I put the gas, and you understand that this is not a hobby. It's not a hobby, so you can't sit on your ass and just snatch something from mine. It doesn't work like that. I don't give a damn who you are. It's just what it is. A couple of days ago, Isaac Hayes was in federal court. I was in that case. I was covering that case as well. It was a copyright infringement against former President Donald Trump. Well, Isaac Hayes prevailed, even in an emergency injunction. He prevailed. It was a split, but it was he convinced the court, Judge Thrash, that Donald Trump did infringe on his copyright. Did infringe on his copyright. And music copyright is no different than photo or video copyright. It happens. And some people sound smart on the internet, but when they do reckless stuff, I ain't calling people out. I'm just saying, don't do it. It's gonna be a time. I'm just, I kind of wait. I wait for the opportunity. I don't say nothing right now. People think that they're playing in your face. They're not really playing in your face, because I wait till I see them getting a nice sized bag, and I'll come back and say, okay, here we go. Rest in peace to James Earl Jones. Oh my goodness, another one. How old was he? I want to say something. I gave someone a hard time. I want to kind of say, I appreciate what she does. I see her working. Megan Kuniff, I see her working out there. She just doesn't cover, while she's come in and cover a lot of black cases, but I see her cover some. She covered this Hunter Biden case. She did a really good job with that. She did a really good job with it. She she took the pictures, she wrote the story, and she did a good reporting. Just think about that. She wrote the story, she shot the pictures, she shot the video, and she did her thing on it. She got down with that. That's putting the work in. That's putting that work in. I I like her work. I gave her a hard time, but I like her work. No, right? No, no, for real, for real. Like you gotta real recognize real, real recognize real. And I can hate on someone that is literally doing a hell of a job out there. The Tory Lanez case was something that she did, and I don't think she even expected it to go the way it did. And sometimes people need that one case. It happens. Sometimes people need that one case, and take them to the next level. Because I say it's it's available for all of us. We just gotta get out there. Oh, also, listen, I met Simone as well. Simone Redwin. I got to drop the shots. I took some hot shots of her as well. She's another YouTuber. She was at the her and this guy named Mims. I never met the guy, but I heard him talking about him. He called me Byron Allen, but his name is Mims. I never met him, but I thought those two were. I didn't know what they were. They were a couple taking pictures, or whatever the case. But they were just two content creators that was at the Redwin. Yes, she's a real cool sister. Uh, she's a very cool sister, and she's smart. She's energetic, and she has her place in the in covering cases. She's really good. And the other guy, Mims. I don't know him, but I just someone that tagged me on Twitter and told me to go check out his stuff as well. So I looked at the part where he kept calling me Byron Allen. Boy, if I had Byron Allen's money, if I had Byron, he kept calling me Byron Allen. Listen, listen. That was a compliment, but yeah, yeah. Simone's an attorney, yes, and she was in. Let me tell you, I didn't really tell you guys about the whole Jennifer Williams because those two covered it. I did what I had to do. My story went national, and I didn't need to really do a video on it because I made my money already. But I could have made some extra, but I didn't have the time. But I still have content that I didn't release yet, and when I release it, it's only for my channel. So you gotta come here and look at it. Like, come on now. You know what? You know what's interesting for me when people consciously do things and think that I'm just supposed to not respond. When they consciously do things, they thought about it. They have the wherewithal. They understand this business, and they consciously do it. And it's like, oh, you probably saying "f you." I'm like, okay, no, "f you." Um, Jerome Street, what are you apologizing for? What are you apologizing for, Jerome? Oh, did I miss something? Oh, appreciate you, Jerome. Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Um, I always I don't like people to be uh, um, wishy washy. Stay on your business. Just stay on your business. People act like, oh, you didn't help me. You what? Man, I helped so many people. It's funny for me. It's funny. It's funny to me. I've helped so many people, and then and sometimes I had to call them out. I sometimes I have to call them out. And I do it because I want them to know that I'm not gonna be around you forever. But yeah, I might have to call you out. You do. You might be that person. I don't give a damn. I've been around, a long time. I'm good. You know, I'm good. You know, I, it's, and then I see the and people have a right to hire whoever the hell they want to hire at the end of the day. I got no problem with it. I'm good. I've hired people and it worked out, and if it, people have that right. But what you won't do is steal from me. That's what you won't do. That's what you won't do. And I'll say this: people say, yeah, there's where you upset. You should just let people. No, 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 no. If I'm gonna be honest, if the white folks pay me for my work, they pay me for my work. They don't got a problem with it. They pay me. I do well on licensing. They pay me, or buyouts, or whatever. They pay me. Don't we negotiate. We make it make sense. The first thing you're supposed to do is call me up. What is it going to take? How we resolve this? Or is it if there's a opportunity? Or I might just say, no, I don't want you to resolve. Just don't fuck with it. How about that? Excuse my French. Don't mess with it. How about that? How about that? Right. No, there's the whole time news. What do you mean by that? There's the whole time news. Yeah. How do you feel? How do you feel? Paying someone for something that they don't own. How do you feel about that? How would you feel someone's using your ish to enrich themselves but don't take care of you? How would you feel about that? How would you feel about that? Because we damn sure we all, I know, the only reason why I'm going to show this person a little grace is because they've helped in the past. A little grace, but not much. A little bit. Right, D. Oh, guys, hold on. I want to open. Listen, it's about 75 degrees out here. I want to open my windows. Right. If it's a hobby, I wouldn't mind, but this ain't a hobby for me. This is definitely not a hobby for me. Not at all. Not. I can't tell my grandkids, hey, grandpa. All my kids, hey, dad. How's that hobby working for you? It's not a hobby for me. It's not a hobby for me. It's not a hobby for me. So I'm going to send a strike out. I want to say that I'm going to send a strike. I'm going to send a strike, and I'm going to send a takedown. I'm going to do that. If it's up in the next couple of hours, I'm going to do it. Just like that. Just put them on those and just do what I do. That's it. Whoever they are, I'm just going to do it. Period. Jerome, when you talking about look like crooks? Yeah, I wanted to be able to share this picture. This picture I shot of Simone. It's so dope. Oh, update in the Ernesto Williams case. We'll do an update later. I just got a notification. It was a new file into the case today. I saw it pop up. I didn't read it, but a new file in the case. What do you guys think about Tasha K and infamous Sylvia being named in the motions for the gag order and the responses by the prosecutor? I I'm almost certain that Sylvia's going to be called as a witness in this case. I'm almost certain she's going to be called as a witness um, in this case. Now Tasha K is in another state, so it's probably going to be a little harder for her to come in, and they may just use the video as evidence. But I'm almost certain that uh, Sue is probably going to be named as a witness in the case because she actually went to visit Ernesto. You know what's crazy? I don't know if he was using her to get his messaging out there, but he got his messaging out there because Will Wooten is definitely on his ass. And the fact that they used both of their interviews as reasons for not uh, approving the gag order request, and that's not happening. So it's not happening. No gag order is going to be on this case, and that should be the least of his problems at this point. That's right, Jerome. Yeah, the gag order is a nothing burger, and some of the things that he said in those interviews is going to come back and bite him. It's going to come back and bite him. It's clearly going to come back and bite him. And if let me say this, if that individual was there only to pray for the guy, why are they using her words and his words in the in this as evidence? Because it clearly wasn't just about praying. Because they're using your words against him. And I said that was going to happen. They're using his words against him, and they're using the interview against him. And this will happen when you inject yourself in someone's case. I'm like, I literally don't listen. I ain't trying to hang out with none of these. I ain't visiting you. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. We good. But we're gonna see how that plays out. Someone asked me to cover it recently. Oh, the media is definitely coming into play. The videos coming into play. I I think what's going to happen is they're going to concede. They're going to concede when the hearing happens. It's going to be conceded. They're not going to fight this out. They don't want. That's the thing. You don't want too much play out right now. Now this case will probably come to trial in a couple, like maybe next 2 months. Yeah, I think it might wait. As a matter of fact, it may be next month. I think that there's enough out there. This discovery's been turned over. This case is. I don't see if it's trial ready, but they're going to use everything. They're going to use everything in this case to convict the guy. And this is a criminal RICO. It's not a civil RICO. Someone said it was a civil. It's a criminal RICO. Guys, I need to head out of here because it appears that he ain't walking out this door. I'll be back on live later on. But with that, see you guys in a minute. I'm out.